Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're gonna bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video and tell me what's on your mind. So let's get into it. Let's talk about marriage boot camp. What is going on? I apologize that I was not live Thursday night. I am sorry, my peeps, my peoples, peep squad. Sorry, I apologize for that. But let's get into it. Let's talk about marriage boot camp. What's really going on? Hip Hop Edition, season 17, episode 3. Like shit, like yo. None of them belong together. None of these couples belong together, point blank, period. Point blank. I don't even know how they live a day-to-day life, but maybe, this is all for the cameras because it is VT and everything is edited and they got paid a good check. But HazelE is in danger. Girl, you better start working out, have some security guards. What's going on with that situation? And it's being said that Phaedra Parks and Medina are not in a real relationship. They haven't kissed in 4 days since they've been there. And then on top of that, this is the first time they are long together, like for a long period of time, for like 3 days, 2 days. Like, so they don't even spend no time together. What they do, just, FaceTime, or they don't talk at all. What's going on with that situation? Kurupt is continuing to blame Toni for everything, that she's his enabler. She causes him to drink. He is doing the most, way too much. Willie thinks he is the God gift to women, and he can mistreat you and he can cheat on you, and then he wonder why you upset. And then on top of that, Willie got a nerve to ignore you, act like you ain't around, act like you ain't there, don't listen to you, point blank, thinking he's still, in day 26, and this is still like 2004, 2005, when he was over there making a band. He is doing way too much, for real, for real. And Vado still talking to his baby mother, chilling with her, having a good time, and getting emotional love, and opening up to her and expressing his feelings. But to his girlfriend, allegedly Tahiry, he won't even talk to him, have a conversation, and let her know that he's having conversations with his baby mother, and they got like something going on as far as friendship, but they gonna always talk to each other and things like that. But it just seems like you doing way too much behind her back, and you ain't even telling her what's up. She hasn't met your baby mamas or anything else like that, and then you decide to reach out to another woman other than your girlfriend to get emotional support. Then why you are even with Tahiry? Like, you seems like you waiting either for your children mother to come back with you, or you want to be with her. Either or. It just seems like you're doing way too much talking. Like, you're doing way more than co-parenting. It's good for parents, to be, because they're in the bed together and everything else. But it would be uncomfortable trying to do the nasty with all these cameras around, knowing that they can turn on the camera anytime they want to. So I don't know with that situation, but it don't seem like they got it going on. It seems like a business arrangement. Let's get paid. Now the guys are over here talking these shit and doing their thing. Kurupt is talking about, Toni is an enabler. She enables him, and she gets him upset, and she gets him mad, and she gets him pissed, and she gets on his nerves. Then he talked about a conversation where, Toni's mad at me because I was staying at a hotel. Like, what do you mean you were staying at a hotel? Was you living there? It seemed like he was like staying at a hotel, and he invited some women to come through. That was his orders, but he didn't tell Toni. But he sat up here and said he told Toni nothing happened. But Toni's like, you spent the night with this woman. What are you talking about? Willie's over there laughing, thinking everything's all good, and Willie's cheating too as well. But Kurupt swore he wasn't cheating. But when he first came on the show, he said he did cheat. And they're just laughing because they know this is on some bullshit. And so, Toni's feeling a certain type of way. Why is he blaming me? Why is he calling me out? Why is he doing that? Why is he saying that it's my fault that I'm drinking? And so Tahiry's like, it's just the alcohol. I was like, yeah, he's acting up. He's doing way too much. And you got Medina out here bragging, that he's getting it. He's getting it. And he want to beat it up. He want to do this. He want to do that to it. He's an alpha male and she's a alpha female, and basically I want to tear it up and all this other stuff. And Phaedra's over there saying, boy, you ain't doing nothing, you ain't trying. And this is the first time that we alone together, and Phaedra's acting like, okay, I don't really know him. So she's basically playing it off that she don't know him. Then Medina's talking about, I don't want to conquer her. And then HazelE was like, sometimes a woman like to be conquered. Like she was kind of flirting with him a little bit. Medina stuck his tongue out. Medina's liking everybody but Phaedra like that. He's being all fresh and all everything with everybody else but except Phaedra. And so we have Mr. Devon. He's kind of upset too as well because HazelE is calling him out on his bullshit, and he doesn't like that HazelE is calling him sugar mama, that she's his sugar mama because he ain't no kid. He's trying to get his, and then she's calling him a clout chaser. He wants some clout. He want this. He want that. He want everything. And Devon was like, ain't no woman gonna be doing me like that. I was like, Lord have mercy, what's going on with this situation? Like, hey baby. And Willie's out here thinking that he ain't doing nothing. That yeah, I cheated, I messed up, you know what I'm saying? But then she cheated. And Shonda's like, no, it ain't even like that, mother sucker. You know what you did, baby. You cheated way more than one. You cheated, and I finally cheated. And so Willie basically saying he's tired of getting yelled at, he's tired of this, he's tired of that. Willie said he's tired of he said he's trying to take the steps to correct it, but it is what it is. I was like, Lord have mercy. But Willie also says that he wants to be a changed man. He done got rid of them demons and he wants to be a champion. I was like, he said the demons, baby. He got rid of the demons and he wants to be a champion and he wants to be the better him that he can ever be. But Shonda still feel broken and hurt and insecure. And so she was like, yeah, okay. So it is what it is. Shonda was like, it's because you cheated. You lied. You cheated on me multiple times. And then you recently just had these DMs, these text messages and everything else. And then Shonda lets us know that Willie's out here faking text messages trying to get her jealous and get her popping and getting her mad, because I don't know why he would do something like that unless he was out here really cheating. So why would he make up a fake text and think that it's a joke and then do that to Shonda? He wanted to get her upset. He wanted to torture her, make her feel like nobody else want him but him, and all these women want him, because basically that's what Willie's saying. And he's joking around with it. I was like, Willie, what are you doing? Joking around doing the most. Like, who makes up fake jokes like about them cheating, knowing that they have a cheating past? Like, that's like torture. Like, you are egging shit on. And so Shonda's like, champion my ass. HazelE basically let us know that Sugar Mama's one thing, clout chasing, but she's also saying that Devon done put his hands on her. He tried to get her cell phone. He snatched it out of her hand. It was wrestling. And, he kind of like pushed her down and hugged her. He like shoved her, bear hugged her and everything, like threw her on the floor, shoved her, did everything. I was like, damn, girl. Like, instead of having this conversation, they need to be putting Devon in a padded room cell to get some help, baby, because you don't need to be putting your hand on a woman like that for no reason at all, because she was on her cell phone. She's in love with you. She wants to be with you. You that young thing. You that love. She's planning to make money off of you too, Devon, and then she got a baby with you now, and you guys can have another reality show, go somewhere else, do some other type of business, like create like a storyline. But Devon is out here wilding. And she's saying Devon got all these DMs of these women all up in his Instagram DMs. And Devon's bragging that their check mark or their stores or whatever. I was like, Lord have mercy. What's going on with this situation? Like, miss me with this bullshit. I was like, they doing too much. And then Vado's out here talking about that, he hesitates when it comes to, whether he is with other women, but he's still in contact with his two. Does Tahiry know his baby mamas? He goes, she only knows one. She don't even know two, but you guys supposed to be best friends and she only know one. And then on top of that, if you're best friend, why can't you talk to Tahiry? Why are you talking to your baby mama for support? And basically he's acting like he ain't dating nobody else, but he's hesitating. He hesitated basically to say whether he was with somebody or not. If Tahiry was his only girl, he fumbled on the situation because he got something going on with his baby mama, his daughter's mother or his child's mother. So basically he said he's been chilling to have a conversation with his daughter mother. She's like his, everything. She's his counselor, but they ain't no sex. Yeah, right. If you already had sex once, you can have sex twice, and twice, especially when you got a good relationship too, and you don't think your relationship is solid with Tahiry. Tahiry, and you think that she ain't giving you much and she ain't giving you nothing and she ain't treating you like she treated the other man. I was like, y'all are just too much. There's no way. After you don't call her thirsty, now you're saying you're still, having one night love conversations with your ex. You doing way too much, and then he thinks it's funny too as well. He thinks it's a joke, and then he don't have on underwears either. Like, Lord have mercy, he's out here in these shorts with no underwears on. What are you doing, Vado? And then Vado's acting like a child. Basically, Tahiry feels like she gotta take care of him. He's lying and he ain't telling her the truth, and she feels like she can lose a best friend, and she can also lose him too as well. I was like, OMG, what is going on with this situation? They're doing way too much. And Toni basically sitting there listening to Kurupt, play her out. And then Tahiry is being called thirsty, a thirst bucket. He don't talk to her, he don't communicate with her, but he's communicating with somebody else. So therefore, and so, Phaedra's like, I better watch out. But I never seen, she's saying Vado better watch out because Tahiry's about to move on. And also Phaedra feels like, where's this Medina? I don't know this Medina. This Medina is, what are he talking about? How he talking? I was like, Lord have mercy. And then we have, Toni, she ends up having a conversation, where Kurupt about the situation, about what he said. She was letting him know that we was listening, and he didn't even care. Like, he didn't care about, he blamed her for his drinking. He didn't care that they had a problem about a girl or artist that was in the studio. He acting like that ain't no big deal. He was like, so I thought I was in an interview, so whatever. Like, basically he's telling her to go kick rock, kick dust, don't be mad, don't be upset. I was like, Lord have mercy. He's just playing her out. He's not addressing, oh yeah, I did, I talked about the situation with that girl. He's just getting upset and he don't want to hear it from her. He was like, now you getting mad at me because of something that was brought up. So I was like, they can't even communicate or talk. Basically, it seems like she takes his mess and he keeps going, and every now and then she get a word in, and she said now she leaves the house and she don't care if she comes back. And then Kurupt be looking for her and trying to find her. But I was like, yeah, because he must say nobody gonna put up with that shit Kurupt is doing. So Phaedra, she is, confronting Medina, basically like, oh, you talking all this and that. You want to do this, you want to do that. I don't see none of that, and you need to put some work in. Like, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. I don't see you. You don't come through. Where's that bank at? Where's that money at? And Medina basically was like, I don't want to feel like I'm a nice guy and I'm getting played and I'm getting taken advantage of. Like, I'm kind of like caping for you and whatever else that situation is. I was like, Lord have mercy. And he was like, yo, I want to touch you and I want to do this to you, but I don't know if you want me to. I was like, you are too grown to not know what to do with Phaedra. And Phaedra, if you don't want the man, just tell him you don't want him, because Phaedra is standoffish. She is not next to him. She's looking at him like he is not my type. He is not what I want to be with. Point blank, period. And she was like, you doing too much. Don't be talking about sex like that, because we ain't gonna be doing that. I don't want people thinking, well, I'm having sex with you. That's the way it seems. And it seems like he was just begging for like some affection and some attention, and he's trying to be understanding. So he's coming off as the good guy, but also the good guy without a job, the good guy without a plan, the good guy without money, the good guy without a bank account, the good guy that can't fly down and just stay in a hotel and chill in Atlanta with Phaedra. So he can't do none of that. So Phaedra's like, So it depends on, because basically they're saying that they have distance. So if he can afford to live in California, he could probably afford to travel to Atlanta. Willie basically don't want to hear shit from Shonda. He said, Shonda, okay, it's both our fault. Shonda said, no, it's your fault. And Willie basically said that, he's kind of done with the situation. Like, he's tired. He don't want to argue. He don't want to fight. He don't want to fight about old shit. He don't want to fight about something that they had the hugest, biggest fight. And basically he's saying it's your problem. And Willie don't want to address that he did, he made a joke about 2 weeks ago. Then he has having women text him. And so Willie just basically is just on that bullshit all day, every day. And he was like, you the problem. I ain't the problem. I told you ain't nothing wrong with me. I was like, Lord, what is he talking about? What is he doing? He's doing way too much. I was like, I wish I would. Shonda, what are you doing? He's talking to Shonda like she's his child. Like, like he pays her like she's high. Like he's not in relationship with her, or like he control her, he dominate her. He's like, I don't want to hear no argument about what I did. And she's always upset because he's always doing everything he don't supposed to be doing, and he don't want to be home to face all the F's up that he done made. And then Kurupt is out here telling Toni up, telling her to go F herself, talking about you are an enabler, you start me to drinking and blase and the third. He still won't bring up the girl. And he was like I said, it was a podcast. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, what you doing? And it's just like, he is just so rude and disrespectful. He was like, yeah, go upset, get mad, go cry, go do something. I was like, yo, he's talking to her like that? Like, And he hasn't drank yet. So this is the Kurupt that don't drink. And it don't seem like he's nice and humble to you at all, baby girl. So I don't even know how. So, Toni, I don't know how you do it, but God bless you. I don't know, like, if you were his hired help or whatever the case may be, but he is mad disrespectful, point blank, period. And he basically, if he knows that you go cry, he's telling you to go cry, and basically telling you to take it or leave it, and he don't want to hear nothing, and he said you a nag and you always bothering him. I was like, Lord. And then we know that Toni is bringing him food, she's checking his temperature, she's making sure that he's eating, she's watching his drinking, she's doing everything else. And so Kurupt is like, just give me a chance to change. And he was like, go ahead, cry. And then he smokes his cigarette and let her storm off. I was like, Lord have mercy. Then Vado, basically, he gets up, he gives everybody champagne, and he don't give Tahiry a glass, because Tahiry is a lady. Like, if I'm with my man, I'm gonna serve him first, and if my man is out in public, he's supposed to serve me first. You don't serve everybody else that you don't know. You know me, we got a connection. You make sure I eat, you make sure I'm good. And so basically Vado was like, yo, you doing too much, because it doesn't seem like Vado knows how to be a gentleman or do gentlemanly things too as well. He just got this persona being hardcore, and he don't care about nothing, and he's showing his gold off, but basically he ain't treating her like a woman. Tahiry wants her door open, her door closed, and then on top of that, you still talking to your baby mama, still holding on to the past as far as love and far as whatever your emotional support, but yet I thought Tahiry was your best friend. And then Vado's sitting there like, did I do something wrong? She was like, yeah, you're not even telling me that you're talking to me. Like, you're in an emotional relationship. I'd rather you have sex with her. That means it ain't nothing. Like, she's goodbye gone. Emotional relationship means you're attached to her mentally and physically, and then, basically, Miss HazelE, she chimes in, she said, Tahiry, you always waiting for somebody to do something to you. You're always waiting for somebody to mess up. Like, you don't give them a chance to do anything, to prove you wrong or anything like that. Vado jump up, he started screaming, yes, that's what I'm saying. Say it again, hey. Say it again, E. Say it again. So, Hazel's cool with the dudes. The dudes is feeling Hazel, but they need to talk to, Devon, you can't be putting your hands on Hazel, Lord have mercy. So, HazelE said what she had to say, which was a good point too as well. But also Vado is like a child too, and she should know that. She know if they're friends. It's just like, it seems like they're totally awkward, that he don't care about Tahiry, and Tahiry's just putting up with a child. What she need to babysit. And so, Toni was like, yeah, you having a relationship, an emotional relationship with your baby mama, that's not fair and that's not right. And Willie basically don't want to hear it from Shonda. He don't want to talk to Shonda. And Willie basically said he cheated because he wasn't happy at home. Basically, point blank, period. That's the account that he's going to take from it. And he don't really want to hear what she got to say whatsoever. He cheated because he wanted to. Yes, he was wrong. But if he was happy at home, he would have never cheated. Basically, trying to blame her for his cheating, instead of making a relationship right, talking to Shonda, listening to her, having a conversation. He thinks it's okay to go cheat because that's the easy, fast, immediate gratification. So that's what Willie want. Willie is a mess. Lord have mercy, Willie is a mess. I couldn't believe he said, I'm the one that don't need no problems. Then if you don't have no problem and she's the problem, you should be working together to make her better and help her, instead of going out there and spreading yourself thin and spreading your money thin too as well. And who knows what you can bring home. I was like, Lord have mercy. HazelE basically is telling Devon, if you don't like me calling you sugar mama, you should have told me. You should have told me what's up. How do I know you don't like something if you don't tell me? You need to open up. And she was like, basically, sometimes you go from 0 to 100. She was like, I don't know if I can have a conversation with you because, you snatched the phone out of my hand. He was like, I would never hit you. I would never touch you. And then he turns around and says that, oh, listen, just because I grabbed you, you know, when you was upset, because you get upset, you get mad at everything. You tell everybody this, you get mad, and you bring up old things. So I was just trying to, you know, stop you, calm you down, just grab you. And so basically he admit to being physical with HazelE, and she got him to admit that shit on camera. I don't know if they acting or not, because this shit is just, a lot of this shit is fugazi. I don't believe nobody in their right mind with a couple of dollars in their pocket will be putting over some bullshit. And then also have options out there in this world. They all got options, like they wildin'. So we got this situation. So he admitted that he put his hands on Miss HazelE. Then we get Willie and Shonda up here doing this exercise, you know, imitating each other and basically learning something. Basically, Willie is out here treating Shonda like she ain't nobody. Like, he be like, he be on a road, he be cheating, he be doing this, he be doing that. He don't listen to Shonda. He don't care what she has to say, when she has to say it, how she has to say it. He goes, she's always nagging me about cheating because he's always cheating. Then he tells her he can go find other women. So many women want him, and that's why he got a fake tweets and texts and DM to himself to make her jealous, because don't nobody want him but Shonda. And he's trying to make her feel that way because his ego is big, and Shonda keep taking it because she don't want to leave him and the kids, and it's probably financial situation. And so the doctor said, listen to what Shonda says. You know, what did Shonda just say about, you know, why Shonda said, you know, why you cheating, Willie, you know, stuff like that. So basically she was asking him about, you know, about cheating, you know, why do you cheat or whatever the case may be. But Willie did say to Shonda earlier, you make my life a living hell. I was like, damn, that's a low down dirty shit to say to somebody, for real, for real. I was like, what is really going on with this situation? So, you know, so the doctor asked Willie to repeat what Shonda said about him cheating, I believe it was. And he said, I don't know, I wasn't listening. The doctor said, see, you wasn't listening. So he actually tones her out and don't even listen to her. Lord have mercy. And Kurupt basically don't give a damn about Toni. Toni's putting up with the most. He tell her leave, get out, go. And then basically she says to him that, you know, you don't do nothing right. You're always drinking this and that, which is true. It's to help him. And he don't appreciate her at all. He don't give a damn about the situation. But Kurupt said he gonna try to fix himself. He gonna try to fix himself one day, you know. And basically Toni saying, you're not telling the truth. You always drinking and stuff like that. But they didn't even dress the girl or the artist that he was supposed to be messing with. I was like, Lord have mercy. And Vado, basically being a kid and being a child on this situation, he always says that Tahiry wants to argue, she wants to fight, she wants to go to a 0 to 100, and basically she treats me like I'm her child. That's because she wants a kid. So he throws a shot at her, telling her that she wants a kid and shit like that. I was like, Lord have mercy. They be doing the most. Phaedra Parks and, you know, Medina got called out. Their relationship fake. They haven't kissed, and then they try to fake kiss, and it looks so staged. Everybody in the audience, all the castmen was like, this is fugazi, this is, you know, bunkers. You know, it seemed like it was the first kiss. It seemed like they was uncomfortable. And the topic is Devin not going from 0 to 100. And he doesn't want, you know, HazelE to control him or tell him what to do, when to do it, and treating him like he wants clout and attention. And basically HazelE is talking about his DMs and him going to a 0 to 100, and he has no middle, and she don't want to get her teeth knocked out. I was like, Lord have mercy. The judge told her, she comes there, she's told Vado, you a boy, you're acting like a boy. And Tahiry, you got to stop trying to make everything look perfect, and she's trying to teach him how to be a gentleman. So with the next woman he's with, he can open the door, he can close the door, he can make sure she eat first, she drink first, he can make sure that she get in the car first, she gets to safety first. Like, Lord have mercy. And then the judge tells, you know, Devon that you don't ever want to lose your freedom. Like, Devon got to get some help. He got some anger management. He's still young. He can learn some new tricks. Get him some help. You know, make sure you have somebody always around, because he would get upset in a heartbeat if he feels like he's getting played, if he feels like you ain't telling him the truth, if he feels like you taking advantage of, if he feels like you lying, if he feels like you trying to take control over the situation, if he feels like he's clueless in the situation, he gonna wow the hell out. So you better get something. And to Kurupt is told that he better kiss, Toni needs, because she lifts him up, she pulls him up, she brings him food, she brings him drinks, she checks his temperature, she makes sure his ass is breathing, she's his ride or die all day. And you better kiss the ground that she walks on, because if she leaves you, you're gonna fall apart, because what the judge wanted to say is leave his ass, Toni. And so basically talking about Medina and Phaedra, like, what's going on with your relationship? There's no cuddling, there's no kissing. What stage are you at? Like, it don't seem believable that you guys are rehearsing, putting on the act. You're too busy worried about what you're presenting out here to the people, that you ain't even touching the surface of your relationship. So get your fake ass up out of here. And Willie and Shonda is just a no-go. Willie, get your shit together. Willie, stop cheating. Willie, stop aggravating your woman. Lift her up and lift your daughters up. Come on, Willie. Willie, you doing way too much. But Willie seemed like he loved his kids and everything, but he just doesn't know how to deal with what he doesn't want to own up to what he did in the past. And the things that he blames Shonda for is the things that help him cheat. And so Phaedra is telling, Medina, make sure you take a shower and do what you need to do, because you ain't touching none of this punani. And Medina was like, why is everything about sex? I didn't say anything about sex. I'm just chilling. She was like, well, you're talking about sex. And it's just like, they're not going to sleep in that same bed together. It's awkward. So Willie finally basically asked Shonda what she want him to work on. She said respect. He said I will, and he gonna listen. Now Willie's gonna listen. And then we have Devon. He goes into Hazel's room because Hazel was upset because he didn't want to come to the bedroom with him, with her. And he was down there talking to Vado, and Vado was like, oh, she's trying to control you, she's doing this. So he runs up the stairs. Afterwards, Hazel is on the phone talking to her sister or her best friend. She's talking about he ain't getting no more Clout. He ain't doing this. His 15 minutes is up. He just want to shine in front of the cameras. It's seem like HazelE is getting jealous, and she's getting paranoid, and she's insecure, and she takes a lot on him, and then that makes him jealous. So she gets jealous with him. He gets jealous back, and then they go wow him. And then she gets up in the face. She started yelling, telling him, get out of here. You want to hang around with them people that you don't even know, and they don't even know you. I was like, Lord have, what kind of shit is that? If the man he's a young man, he wants to chill. He wants to talk to other men. He wants to be cool. Maybe he wants a little clout. Why you got him on TV anyway? For the clout, baby. So he is feeling a certain type of way. He wants to know who she talking to, and he snatches the phone out of her hand. He yanks it out. I mean, he's like a thief in a motherfucking note. He's like a thief, baby. I was like, Lord, have mercy. Hazel gets some help, and Tahiry don't know what to do with Vado because he won't talk, and he's still having this relationship, and she feels like he ain't working on it because there ain't nothing to work on because y'all don't got no relationship. And then we have Toni. Toni's over here bringing Kurupt food and bringing her some chicken, some steak, after he disrespect her and mean to her and rude to her. I wouldn't have brought him a damn thing. She's better than me, Lord. So you guys tell me what you think. Peace.